To begin with, we will be starting by opening our script file. So here I have a HTML file as discussed in the previous video, and to that I have attached a script file. So let's flip into our script file. I will try to create a new variable. So new variable creation and initialization is the basic step that you will be doing as part of any kind of programming language. So JavaScript is a dynamic typed language. So what do I mean by dynamic typed language? You can simply create a variable in JavaScript by using var keyword. So I can simply type in var, then I will be giving a name to my variable. So in my case name, then I can try to initialize that one by any kind of data type value. So for example, I will be initializing with my name, and if I will be console logging the same, then you can see the output. So you can see it's outputting my name basically. So I have used a plugin called Quokka in my web editor in my Visual Studio Code. That is why you can be able to see output right away just besides my console log statement. But if you haven't installed Quokka, then you can see the output by using node output. So just open up your terminal by clicking Ctrl and backtick, then just type in node followed by your script file name script.js and hit enter. Okay, I haven't saved this file, so let me save this one and then let me rerun the command. Then you can see it's outputting Jitendra. So if you haven't installed Quokka plugin in your Visual Studio Code, you can make output by using node terminal. Okay, now as I told, it's a dynamic typed language. So once I have initialized name, unlike any other programming language, it is not like I could not be able to initialize with any other data type value. So to name, as you have seen, I have already initialized a string value, but if in case later on in the program I will be initializing with any integer value, then it won't complain. Now if I will try to output the same, then it will output me with the new value. Okay, so now it's outputting 19. Now if we will try to get the type of variable it does have, then we have a operator called typeof operator. Okay, by using that, if I will be outputting name, then you can see it's a number. But if I will be outputting when I was having string inside that one, then it would be string. So to check that, let me again output post I have stored a string in that one. So here you can see it's outputting string, right? Now in similar way, you can take any kind of variable type and you can be able to assign any value in JavaScript. That's a flexibility, but you should refrain from changing the type from time to time because it might result in bugs in your code. So whatever data type you will be assigning, try to stick to that in order to have a better maintainable code. When it comes to data type, JavaScript has 8 different data types. The basic data types are string, then number, then bigint. Bigint is a new data type that has been introduced recently. Then comes your boolean, then you have null as a data type, then undefined as a data type, then you have object, which is a reference type. I have another data type, symbol. So we have total 8 data types. Out of 8, 7 are primitive data types and the object one, which is a reference type, that is your 8th data type. Now let us discuss one by one what exactly it means. To have a string data type, I can take a variable where then, as I discussed in my previous video, I can have any kind of string value inside that one, and if I would like to check what kind of data type it has, then I can simply take help of typeof operator and then simply give the variable name. It will output me the kind of value that have inside that particular variable. So string is constructed by using single quote. String can be constructed by using double quote. So if I will be giving single quote as well, it will be taken as a string. Whatever value you have in the right side of your assignment operator, that will be assigned to your left side variable. So Jitendra is stored in the name variable, and now console.log type of name will be giving you the type of data type value that have inside your name. Now I can be able to have string by using backtick character as well. So if I will be putting Jitendra inside pair of backtick characters, that will be also resulting in your string. So what is the advantage if I will be keeping backtick character for constructing a string? So I can be able to use it as a string literal. So what do you mean by string literal? For example, if I will be taking another pair of backtick characters and I will be constructing a string out of it, I can be able to have a dollar symbol, then pair of curly braces, then inside I can be able to use any other variable value. So dynamically it will output you this one. So it's a kind of string concatenation introduced recently, but previously we used to do string concatenation by combining two strings where last name. And how can I be able to have concatenation on this one? So you will be taking the first string, then plus, then I will be taking another string. So in my case, last name. And if I would like to have a space in between, then again I can further concatenate using plus operator. So you can see it's outputting my full name. So similar way, you can have multiple representations for string. Now coming to number, I can be able to assign any kind of number to my variable. I can be able to assign any kind of number that will be resulting me a number data type value. In order to cross check what type of data type I have inside that variable, then I can simply output this one. You can see it's outputting number. So if I would be taking a decimal value, that also will be resulting in a number. Coming to bigint, I can be able to take big int number, take any kind of random number, and I can be able to append a letter n so that it will be considered as a big int. So big int is only helpful when you will be intended to store any big integers inside your variable. Previously it was not the case. So when you are trying to store a big value inside any kind of number data type variable, it was resulting in loss of information. But now as JavaScript has introduced a new data type as bigint, we can be able to do so by utilizing bigint. Coming to the next data type, we have boolean. So boolean has only two values, either true or false. So for example, if I will be taking my bool value as a variable, I will be assigning true value to that one. And in order to check, I can be able to go for type of operator, and I can cross check what data type value it has. So you can see it's outputting boolean. If I will be assigning with false as well, you can see it's outputting boolean. Now coming to null, you can store null value in any variable. So I can be able to cross check this particular variable data type, what exactly it's outputting by taking type of operator. So it's outputting object. So it's an exception in JavaScript. Even though it's a fundamental data type in JavaScript, but when you will be outputting null value by the type of value that is present inside a null variable, it will output object. So you have to be very careful when dealing with null values. So the next data type will be your undefined one. So let's copy this one, Control C, and I will be putting in this one, and simply I will be renaming this variable, and to this I will be initializing with undefined value. And if I would like to take the output of this one, you can see it's outputting undefined. So type of a undefined variable is still undefined. And then comes our reference type or complex type. So reference type is what will be encompassing more than one values. So for example, if you have a complex type of data like information about a student or information about a employee, So student will be having multiple properties like student name, student age, student class. All those can be encompassed in a single variable using a object. So how can we be able to declare a object? Simply take a variable obj, then I will be using a assignment operator, then pair of curly braces, and inside that I will be having a set of key value pairs. So for example, I will be having student name as first property, and to that I will be assigning some value. Now a comma after a set of key value pairs, then I can go with some other property. So student age, for example, it will be a number. So for example, 34. Now coming to the other property, student address, it will be a string address line 1. Now if I would like to output the same type of, it will be outputting object, because it's an object and it's a reference type. I will create a video to explain what exactly is the reference type and how is the memory mapping happening in case of JavaScript compiler. But for now, just understand that object is a combination of multiple data type values and stored in a single variable. So that is the capability of object. So we will be using object heavily in our program, and the last data type is your symbol. Symbol is a kind of set. So we have all read about set in our high school. In our case, I can be able to declare a set by simply using new operator and taking set constructor, and I will be trying to initialize the set by some array. Array is a iterable data structure. You can be able to initialize a array, and that array should be passed into a set, and even though if it will be having some sort of duplicate values, if you will be outputting that one, then it will result you in a unique set. So for example, if I will be like outputting my set, you can see it's outputting in a unique array, but it's an object. How can I be able to convert this one to an array? Simply you can take a pair of square brackets, then just use spread operator, and you will be having that unique array in place. So that is the power of set. You can be able to use set in JavaScript in order to come up with unique values. So that's all about data types in JavaScript. For this video, let's keep it here, and I will be diving deep into let, const and var in the next segment. Thank you so much for watching.